Vivi by my eye doctor, and he said to me that he didn't mind using the castor oil, but he wanted me not to stop the other medication because that's the best way for him to find out if it's improving something.
Right.
However, the last month before my regular 6 month appointments with the eye doctor, uh, my insurance didn't want to renew the prescription for it, so I was like, "Fuck, I don't care because I have Leslie product. I don't give a damn." But anyway, so I started to put more 30/70, like 4 or 5 times a day, because I watch a lot of my phone, because I watch a lot of TV and things like that. And I know that eventually I don't blink enough, so my eyes get dry, and then I have floaters. But what is very interesting is that I was more comfortable not using my prescription drug. So I went to the appointment the other day and I didn't tell him anything.
Right.
He's a nice guy. He's a nice Greek guy, and he's pretty friendly. He gives me a hug when I come in, so he's not an asshole.
Right.
And I didn't say anything. And then he said to me, "Wow, your eye pressure is so much better than last time."
Excellent.
The last time he told me, "Oh, you're very close to probably cataract surgery." And I said, "I'd rather have cataract than have surgery or anybody coming close to my eyes with a sharp object. I don't like it in movies. I definitely won't like it in real life."
Right.
And then, and then they say nothing. They say like, "Oh, well, you won't have choice because you'll be blind." So in my mind, I said to myself, "Okay, great challenge. This is my spirit trying to figure out if I go for fear and I pay money to be reassured by lies," which shows a little bit the country we're living in as well.
No, 100%.
Medication and doctors are really, really, really trying to get us to buy something to remove the fear and anxiety of more danger, but they don't prove it. They just point fingers,
No, 100%.
right?
100%.
It's kind of like saying, "Oh, she tried to run over the ICE agent," and everybody's like, "Oh, well, if that said so," right? I'm
Right,
sorry to
exactly. Yeah.
right? So it's an eye-opening to also put natural products in my eyes. I find that my eyes are not doing well, not because of my age, but because of our technology. We need to be very careful. And ever since I've met Leslie, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to me, I have somehow decided to take care of my health by myself, to self-govern. And I also had a lot of problems with my knees and ankles because, I had a motorcycle accident. I had to stop doing yoga as a yoga teacher because I couldn't do it. And now I can do it again. And I think it has to do a lot more with eyes than anything, because when you can't see well, you think that you can't do well. But in fact, when you can see better, you're faster, you dance again, you're more accurate in your conversation, you're not slow. The vision is more important for the brain than the brain itself, I think.
Well, I don't know if the vision is more important than the brain, but here's what I do know. The communication between the outside world and the brain, because our brain lives in darkness.
Yeah.
So that and our eyes
Here
don't actually see. Our eyes are sending signals to the brain, telling the brain what's going on in this outside world.
Yeah.
So when that communication is faulty,
Yeah.
it makes the outside world dangerous.
Absolutely. And it's very important to understand that in our physical ailments, there is also something to do that comes from our state of mind. And I don't want to be over spiritual, but now you can see, guys, if you can see me, you can see my eyes. They're very open. Now, it's not true that I can't see my phone. I cannot read, but I definitely see Leslie's face and everything. I cannot read the words except the big ones. If I went away, I still wouldn't be able to read. If I do this, I can sort of read, but it's not about reading the words. It's about the colors and the shapes. That is clear to me. when before, every time I would remove my glasses, I would feel handicapped.